Okay, let me see if I can find my own video here. Where are you? Where are you? There's Kathy, and my volume's off. Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay. I just thought I would do a little mini thrift haul here. Sorry about my dog. I will remove her if she's going to continue. Just going to have to give her a little poke once in a while. Get rid of that. Okay. Let's see. So I went thrifting yesterday in Tilsonburg. And I went to the antique store as well. I didn't have any luck there. But I did, I found a couple things at Goodwill, not much. And then I had the best luck at Salvation Army. So at the Salvation Army store, it was pretty obvious that somebody had cleared out their craft room. And I got a whole bunch of goodies. These are all little bags I've just emptied into this container, which I also got there thrifting. So you could tell somebody was into a bunch of different kinds of crafts and cleaned out their craft room or something. So I was really happy to stumble upon that. So one of the first things I got, this was at Goodwill actually, was a roll of tickets. There's 2,000 tickets in there. They're nice white ones, so they'll be easy to color. We can distress ink those or tea dye those. So I have a drawer full of tickets, and I wouldn't have picked up more except that they were white and very minimalist. So I kind of like those ones. So I grabbed that. I also got a bunch of vintage, I think there's 8 here, vintage patterns. So I'm collecting for my soon to come new Etsy shop. I think it'll be Etsy. Where I'll be selling physical products. I've been collecting Halloween patterns for that time of year, so I got a few more. I have some saved. I don't think I have any duplicates either, so this is neat. This is really cool. It's like a bag. Butterick. Sometimes these have the years on them sometimes, don't they? I don't know if I can see a year on that or not. And this one is Vogue, and there's another Halloween. Aren't they cute? They're so cute. I love these. Ruby. Hey. Shh, shh, shh. So I got 8 vintage patterns. That was from Salvation Army. I usually have good luck with patterns at Salvation Army. In Tilsonburg, at least, I do. I got this. This is a Stampin' Up stamp. I just peeled the sticker. It was 50 cents. Okay. La vie nous offre chaque jour un peu de beauté. Something about life offers. That's day. Jour is day. Un peu is a little. A beauty. Oh, somebody help me with my French here. I'm going to look that up. But I just grabbed it because I saw the script, realized it was in French, saw la vie, and I'm like, okay, yep. Like you've heard of c'est la vie, so la vie. Nous offre choc, maybe chance? Is that choc? Every day is something a little beautiful. I'm going to say that's what that says. I'll have to look it up. And then I just took the plastic off of this. It was brand new. And the reason I grabbed this organizer is because it has the little, what do you call those? They're in here. Bobbins. That's what I was after. But then as I was going through the craft section there, I found all these bags full of all of these goodies. So I thought, oh, perfect. I'll get this and I'll put the goodies in there and done. So that was a good haul. So these are like little Scrabble tiles. There's some metal tiles, but they're lowercase on one side and then uppercase on the other. I'm curious, what glue do you use when you use these little metal type things? Do you use like your beacon glue, or do you use like E6000 or something? Like, let me know what you use for those. These are like, these are cool. They're like enameled typewriter buttons. So I'm sure these were purchased as a craft. I don't think these actually came off of a, yeah, you can tell, I think these were made for crafting. So I don't know, do you stitch them on through the holes? How do you attach those? I'm curious. I'll have to look that up. These little enamel number tiles, these black ones, and then the letter tiles. They all have a little pinhole in them, so they'll be great for making dangles. So I'm excited to use those. There's 4 of these. And again, how do you guys, these don't have any holes to sew those on or use brads or anything. So how would you attach that? What would you use for an adhesive? Double-sided tape, or would you use, I don't know, I'm curious. I'm curious to know what you guys use. There were these are paper. They look like typewriter buttons. And then this is just a little mixed miscellaneous bag. It had these different types of things in it. There's a little ship. Well, I don't know, these look like little buckles, perhaps. Those were neat. And there's some oddball things. So somebody had started making something with some copper wire. There's a washer of some sort. The tag, and then this looks like it's some gasoline. So I'm assuming that was off of a buckle, either a belt or a purse or something, like Gasoline, the clothing brand. I think that's what that is. This said winter. And then one lone little greeny guy there. And these buttons, like, they're not buttons, they're just like, again, they're just metal decorative things that there's a self-adhesive on there, but it's obviously old and not going to stay. So how would you guys attach those? I'm curious. I think I'll just take these right off and put them in here. Yeah, see the old adhesive there? It's just not sticking to the, oh, so glue dots, I guess. Maybe that's if you get a really good strong glue dot, but I wouldn't trust it to keep. I'll get rid of that. So yes, all these little baggies of things were $1.50, $2, $2, $2, $2, $1. So that was a good haul. I was really happy to find all those goodies there, and that's a real, it's really worth your time to take a look when you're thrifting, to try to find these little hidden gems. And here, the brads were 50 cents a piece, and they're nice tiny ones. And here I just spent what for these, for I don't know, I forget how much they were. I can double check, but these were 50 cents. So great find. So they're going to go in another bin that I have. So that was fun. Oh, and what else? There's these brads. They look like, they remind me of my dad's suit buttons. All his suit jackets would hang up in the hall closet for church. He had, that's what those ones remind me of. And then these are like a heart shape. Almost looks like a person, but I'm not really sure. Anyways, so those brads, they'll go into another container that I have. But yeah, that was a good haul, and I'm happy to have all these little bobbins, because I soon will have my I'm getting ramped up here to sell physical products. So, oh, that's heavy. That's really heavy. Anyways, I thought we could keep those out for, oops, sorry to bump you. And what else did I get? I got some seam binding stuff, bias tape. There's a really nice wide one in here. Let me grab this one. That's a nice wide one. That's going to make a beautiful journal tie. So I got those, paid $1 each for those. And I got this clear glue. So I'm assuming this is for embossing. So I'm going to look this up. There's nothing on the back, just Memories Direct on the front here. And I'm going to see if that's for embossing powder, because that is something I don't own. So I would really love to look into that. And hopefully this is still, well, let's check it. I'm just gonna say hopefully it's still still good. I don't know. I don't know. Clear glue. I don't know. Or maybe we'll see. I'll check that out. But for $1 it was worth a shot. And then I got this beautiful fabric. It's going to make a beautiful journal cover. I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. And Cindy A. Lewis just did a project with my pearl kit, and this I thought would be a beautiful cover for that. Okay, sorry. Hi guys, Connie, Cindy, Carrie. Hi. Wonderful. Okay, so let me catch up here. You could use E6000, but it takes forever to dry. I agree, Connie, it does. And it's so smelly, isn't it? But that would work? Okay, good to know. Thank you. Island Girl, which is Cindy, which I remember. Cool finds. Love the metal find. Oh, an E6000 or jewelry glue. Yes, good point. Okay. Watch drifting videos when I can get out and shop it. Gets my, oh, got you. Okay, and hi Carrie, how are you? Thanks for being here. And Connie asks, are there videos for all your digital kits? Not all of them, but that is certainly on my, I have a list of video ideas, and that's certainly one of the ideas, is to do exactly that. Someday I'm going to do an overhaul, actually very soon. I'll be removing some of my kits from my Etsy shop that just aren't doing well. And there's a reason for that. I can take them down and improve them and then relist them. But also when you have a kit that doesn't sell well, or a listing that doesn't sell well on your Etsy, it hurts your algorithm. And I know I'm on my own now, so I need to create some sort of income for myself. I don't have a second income in the house. So it all falls on me. So that's why I'm happy to combine my hobby and be able to make a living for myself. So I need to always be business minded as well. And that's one of the things. So I might be putting some of those kits into moratorium, so to speak, like Disney does with their movies, you know. Okay. And then I thought this was a good deal, even though some of these say $1.99. I quickly looked on Amazon when I was there, and it looks like these are now like $10 in Canada to buy. If I'm right. I don't know what they are, say, at Walmart, but I bet you they're more than $1.50. So I grabbed a bunch for dyeing ribbons and fabrics, and so we've got all red, but that's okay. Like, that's, you can do 900 different variations of red, right? So I can just get what I need to, oh, this is the whitener. Okay. Oh no, that's the same thing, Scarlet. So this will be coming really handy come Christmas time, and for doing a bunch of red stuff, Valentine's. So if you're going to have excess of one color, this to me is the color you need. And then of course we can use blue and make it purple by mixing blue and red and all the things. So that's when the color wheel is going to come in handy. But I thought, I'm grabbing this because you never know. I mean, that was, for the price of all of them, was probably what I would pay for one. So why wouldn't I grab all of them? Okay, so that is basically my thrift haul. That's what I wanted to share with you. Oh, and then I got this ribbon. There seemed to be a fair amount left on that spool. So what did I give for that? $1. And I just thought that was really pretty. Reminds me of my mom had these wingback chairs with needlepoint, Victorian looking chairs. And that's what that reminded me of. Daisies and Grace, hi. Oh, it's Bonnie. Hi, everyone. You dropped by from a friend's suggestion. Well, welcome. My name's Kathy, and I am Raven Vintage, and I'm just showing a thrift haul, and I thought we could make some of those whipsies today. I was going to be making them, so I thought, well, why not jump on here and see who's in their craft room today. So I just did a reel where I showed, and it seemed to really spark a lot of interest. I thought, well, let's do some together then in real time. So this is the reel I just did. So of course these ends are from the journal I'm currently working on. The series I'm working on right now is a hinge journal, and that's this one here where I used a vintage book cover, and this is as far as we have gotten. We have hinged all of our papers into the journal, and we've done our front and back covers. So I use this to demonstrate how, if you make one of these with the clips, how you can add them to your journal like this. Hi, Roxanne. Oh, you saw the reel? Oh, yeah, it was a popular one. It really took off quickly. Some of my reels have like 500 views, and some of them have thousands, tens of thousands, 100,000 views. So this one was one of the really popular ones. So I thought, well, let's just do some of those together. So that's all of the end cuts I have are from trimming these papers in here to fit this journal. And what all of the papers are from are my test prints. So as a digital creator, designer of printables, I create a kit, and then I, of course, print it, and then I go through it and decide, oh, that needs more saturation, or that needs to be larger or smaller, or that's getting cut off the edge of the page, whatever. And of course, when you're using scans of old fabrics and papers and stuff, sometimes there's holes in it, so I digitally repair the excuse me, I digitally repair those holes if I can. Just taking a sip of water, sorry. Okay. If it, unless it takes away from, you know what I mean, unless it takes away from the vibe of the paper itself. Like, so that's a fabric, and then I create, this is just vintage wallpaper. This is vintage fabric, but this one here is a digital design that I created, layering wallpaper, music notes, vintage images, that sort of thing. But I have so many test prints, so many. So that was my goal. That was my challenge to myself, was to learn how to do a hinge journal inspired by Cindy A. Lewis, and to use nothing but my test prints. So that's the goal here. I didn't print anything new. So therefore I have all these scraps left over from that. So we're going to make some of these little whipsies here. We decided on that name, and by we I mean my friends here on YouTube. I offered a couple names, and whipsies seemed to stick. So I have these colors here. You throw away your scraps most of the time. Yes, they do. They do add up too fast. And I agree. And that's why I thought, well, I'm either going to try to find a way to use them, and at some point I'm going to let some stuff go. So I have 3 boxes under my desk, Bonnie. I totally understand what you're saying. I do my best to keep my scraps organized, but and I do my best to try to use them. But I'll tell you, they take up valuable space, right? And I have a really tiny craft room, so yeah, they take up a lot of space. Okay, so this is what I would do. I have this pile of end cuts here. So I like to start with some sort of a neutral, and some of these are folded in half, obviously. So I've got this neutral. Let's do a blue one. So I've got a neutral, a blue. I'm just going to grab about, I don't know, 5. Let's see. Blue and gray. Let's see, this one maybe. Okay, so let's do a long one first. And then we will, maybe this one too. We'll do a long one first, and then we'll do shorter ones. Okay, so basically all I do is, these are already folded in half, so that's easy. But I'm going to give them a little bit of a bend so that they V out. Here, I saw the larger offcuts and make, yeah, save the larger offcuts and make pockets. Yes, pockets, and also carry side tucks, belly bands, all those things, right? And then paper snippets too. So a paper snippet would be, let's see which one of these it's in. I think it's in this one. Another thing I do is scraps. Oh, another thing I do is scraps carry. I make these little banner flags on paper clips. And then another, of course, tags. It's kind of an obvious one. Right here, these paper snippets. It's like a fabric snippet roll, but it's just, I take one piece of maybe something this wide, and then I take those and rip them up, add little pieces of fabric, and make these paper snippets, which I actually made a little mini one this morning, like this. So I thought like something like this, of course if you added, it's going to need a little something, but wouldn't it be a cute little pocket edge like that? So another way to use up snips. And oh, here's another thing I do are the little, what do we call these things again? Your little banner flags. Oh my goodness, it's escaping me. Your doggy just wants to help. Yeah. Oh, yeah, she wants to just be the supervisor and sit there and do nothing. Oh, she's now moved out to the living room, so that's good. I think she got the hint. Pennants, yes, thank you. And then there's another word for it. Bunting, that's it. A pennant and bunting. Those are both correct, yeah. So I like to use my scraps for that. Always looking for scrap buster ideas. Always. Just trying to think if there's any other way I use scraps in this one. There's another paper snippet. Maybe that's just about it for scrap ideas for that journal. Clusters, of course, all the things. So anyways, back to the whipsy. Sorry about that. So I just make sure they're V'd out. So just pull it apart and then recrease it. So these are most of these are just single-sided prints, but that's okay. We can cover up the white background. So I'm going to go on top, and when I'm going on, I'm just making sure that this piece is somewhere in between, and then I'm pulling the back so that it shows somewhere else. So let's go this way this time. I'm giving it a pinch. So I've got some weird angle going there, which is just fine. And then I'm going to lay these so that they fill in the gaps, and maybe do a different height, and fold and pinch. And same thing, fold and pinch. So I'm just kind of filling in these gaps here. Now I want to try to cover up this white. Fold and pinch. And one more. This has quite a few in it, but fold and pinch like that. Okay. So that's the back. Not so pretty. There's the front. So I'm just using my little, you can glue these as well. Oops, everybody lined up the way I want them. And one little staple for now, like that. And then what I would do is I would just start ripping off the ends so they're all different heights, or lengths I should say. And then the white ones that are showing up here, I'm just going to make them a little bit shorter so they hide in the back. And then you don't feel, let me get rid of this big one. Then you don't feel bad about getting rid of this, or we can keep them and make some of these. So I think that's what I'll do right now is I'll keep some of these little bits. So that came undone. I don't want too many staples in there, so, or I missed it, I guess. One from this morning. Just glue that down. Okay, so let's just set these aside for now. We'll make a few more before we get to decorating them. Let's do pink this time. So this is avocado dyed paper, and we'll do a short one this time. So I have a couple different widths here of the avocado dyed paper. Yes, most definitely. The mind just gets whirling, right? Like, oh, I could do this. Oh, I could do that. I'm always thinking of what we could do with our stuff. That's a pretty one. That's a nice, got a nice break. Some blues. I'm going to save the blues for the blues. Okay, there we go. Let's try this. Okay, so let's do a smaller one this time. So I'm just going to rip these right in half to start with. Even it out so I can do two. Okay, so again, it doesn't have to be even Steven. You can make this back one shorter if you want. So I've just made some sort of a V, and then I'm just going to start filling it in. So this is very similar to that, so I would turn it this way. So let's get some basics back in here. Make my way across. And see how this one flip is a lot shorter? That's okay, doesn't matter. That, and then I can come back across. Let me see. That's going to, I guess the bigger one should be at the back. And then we'll stick these on top. And then the solid ones like that with the avocado paper, I like to put them behind so it breaks up your pattern. And then one smaller one up here. There. So very funny looking in the back, but that's okay because this would be one I might glue down. There. I just try not to overthink it and just start putting them together. So I think these would be, I'll be sending a bunch of these out for Happy Mail. This. It almost feels like the faster you go, the better they look. Go. Some more over here. Quite a few scraps to this project. So if I end up with a fair amount of these, I'll be happy with what I have, and I won't feel bad about recycling the rest of this. So right now I'm just looking for, let's try maybe something a little more neutral. Just going to pull neutral pieces out. It's got a bit much more blue in it. Some of the lined paper. Yeah, that fabric is beautiful, isn't it? Are you referring to the one I got thrifting or the one in the printable? I think maybe you mean. Do you mean this? It's very pretty. Very pretty. Okay, so let's do a long one. Start with the biggest pieces. Make some sort of a V to start. Our chat board looks really pretty. It's all purple, green, and blue. Okay. There. A few music notes. This is a shorter one. Although it's kind of wide. I don't really like that. And that bird's going to be upside down. So let's just do it the right way, so it doesn't matter what I do, he's going to be upside down. Happy with that. Just until it looks right to you. In the back, we don't want any straight lines. Straight lines, ew. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so now so this guy's sturdy. Let's just this was one of the hinges, it looks like. So let's just make one of these little mini paper snippets with these guys. Just alternate colors and patterns. Should have ripped that in two. Better use out of it. Some more music notes. See, these would be really cute if you added a sentiment or something to them, right? There, need a little more blue up here. But these take, what, no time at all to make. And then I think these would be great to have in your stash, just to add as a paper. Let me just take this edge off here. Just to add as a, like I said, a pocket edge, or to make clusters, because you could further rip that in half, make a cluster. I don't know. I just think that's something worthwhile doing with all your little bits here. I might be getting really picky, getting down to the, you know, getting down to doing too much, but you can see how you could make so many of these. Find another good pink. I really like this color here. This one here. Okay, so I'm going to use the same theory. Like, that's just a real simple mini right there. Do one more pink. No, there's enough pink in there. All right, and let's decorate a few. Just like that. Okay. This stuff out of the way. Yeah, I'll be sitting here making a whole bunch of those. And I've got some Happy Meals to be sending out, so I will be sharing those. Okay. So what did we quickly made? What do we have here? A couple long ones. And then I have these two snippets here. Okay, so I like the long ones for adding the Tim Holtz minis. Thanks, Cindy. Yeah, I think why not, right? I mean, we can turn nothing into something. Of course we can. So our little teeny, like, how precious is that little pooch? Okay, you're definitely going to be on one. I'm looking for the teeny. That one's a little wide. It's a tiny little girl. Looking for the smallest of small. Come on. Come on. He's probably too tall for what I want to do. You're a good size. Okay, little fella. Now the other thing I did was I made like those kind of crowns, or the part that reminded me of the county fair ribbons, you know. So I just take a strip and I push one way with my hand. I'm right-handed, so, and give it a pinch. And then as I'm pushing, I'm turning it this way or this way. If you keep turning right one direction, you can get that kind of circular look. So maybe you can see it like this. I'm bending, pinch. I'm sure you know how to do this. I don't mean to preach to the choir. I just never know, because I have quite a lot of my audience is beginners. I think because my teaching style is hopefully easy to follow, but slow paced. And there, see how we could kind of go around and around. So you can either glue dots in between all of those, or just staple it right onto something. Let's try. That's too pink. So I'm going to try to just staple that whole business right down onto. I need to turn my staple that way. Looks good. And anything sticking out, we can glue it down. Okay, so now it's starting to feel like a prize at the fair. And then who wants to go on here? She's super cute. He's super cute. She's cute. I kind of feel like I want the darker dress. I think I will do this one because it's pink for girls. I know it doesn't matter, but it's traditional. We're going traditional today. There we go. All right. And then just glue her on. Can you hear Ruby? Oh my gosh. I mean, I snore too, but tiny scraps for masterboards. Oh, great idea, Roxanne. Yes. Good idea to keep those handy for your fill-in spots and stuff. I know exactly what you mean. There, how cute. How cute is she? Okay, so there's people. I am going to just do this dog quick because it's so cute. So cute. Sorry. I don't know if you can hear her or not. I'm sorry. I'm sure some people find that super annoying. Okay, we need a light one for you to show up. Oh, maybe you're not going to show up that grand. Okay, well, let's see here, Poochie Pooch. What color do you like? How about this color? I like that one. Ruby. Hey, hi. Hi. You're snoring like an old man. Shush. I know, you're so sleepy. Because you've been up a whole 2 hours. There we go. I have the laziest dog. Okay, so once you make these, you can maneuver them and bend them and whatever, right? It's got a little too much weight showing there, so I'm just bending it. I'm just what's the word I'm looking for? There. Give you another staple. Oh, I didn't show you how I did one with the paper clip. Do you want to see that? Does anybody want to see the paperclip one? There we go. Yeah, that's cute. There we go. So that looks like it needs something or it's too long. So I'm just going to, there, looks better, doesn't it? Okay, so those two are done. And then you don't have to put the frilly thing at the top. But what do I have here? I've got some cheesecloth. I actually tried dyeing with mulberries, and I tried like a black raspberry. These are the two colors I got. This was the black raspberry, this was the mulberry. So I still just got like a tea dyed sepia tone brownish. It wasn't the blue or the gray I was hoping for, but it's still nice. I'm still going to use it. Still fabulous. Okay. Something a little crazy like that. There we go. It's a little cheesecloth nest there. And then I have these Tim Holtz type, I forget what this one's called. What was it called? Curator. That makes sense. That one's Curator, and this one was oh my goodness. I think it might be the Memoir one. Anyway, I don't usually buy a whole lot of this stuff, but because I don't use it as often. But then I all of a sudden went on a rampage where I was using a bunch, and well, rampage isn't the right word, Kathy. But anyway, so I stocked up during Prime Days. And then I have these as well. So just get out your tinies. And I just like a few different shapes. So there's a round. Stamp. Some of these little Curator tags are cute. They're just really cute. Maybe I won't use that stamp. Yeah. Okay. All right. This is where your fingers get all inked up, right? Because everything's so tiny. Okay, so what's going to look good? I like that the best. Glue on my fingers. Okay. It covers up so much of the... I'm regretting my choices here. I'm changing my mind. You're just going to go over here for now since you have glue on you. It was going to cover up. I want something a little bit smaller. It's just going to cover up too much of my little nest I made there. Oh my goodness. When I see people use tweezers, I'm always like, oh, why are you doing that? But now I'm rethinking that opinion. I saw a pink one down there, and now I can't find it. Son of a beezer. Okay, there we go. Let's try one of you. Good enough. There it is. Kind of pink anyway. That's what I was going for. Good Lord. Okay. Down like this. Yep. So if we just put glue towards the center, we can change our minds about going over or under because we haven't glued it down. I think maybe I'll go this way. Yep. Well, I'm way off kilter here. Okay, let's put you on that side. There. Hi, Kimberly. How are ya? Nice to see ya. There we go. I was just doing a mini thrift haul, Kimberly, and from thrifting yesterday, and then we are just making some of those whipsies. I just did a reel, and there was a lot of people interested in the whipsies, so I thought we would make a few. Okay, let's set these cutie pies over to the side, and then we'll add something to this one. So just trying to pull out those colors, the kind of pinks and blues there, if possible. And now I need something darker to, there's a good pink one. Maybe, there we go. Yeah, a lot of people saw that reel. It was, I had a lot of fun yesterday making those, and I thought, oh, well, I'm going to jump on here live because it's always fun to show a thrift haul. It wasn't a big haul, it was just a mini haul, but what do we think here? Like this? Yep, I like that right there. If you're like me, yeah, give it a try, Kimberly. This is fun and it's easy. I'll do one quick, since you're just popping in now, I'll do one more quickly. There we go. Cute, 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 cute. Okay, did anyone want to see the paperclip one? And let me see. Ooh. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect for a Sunday morning live, Kimberly, but you know me, I don't ever announce my lives, really. I just kind of, I don't have a schedule yet. Why am I having difficulty here? There we go. Oh, that's the wrong one anyway. Oh, good Lord. Get it together, Kathy. Oh, it's over here. Ugh. These are, I've done a video before about when you're at the dollar store. These ones are in the hardware section of the dollar store, and they were cheaper than the ones in the craft aisle. You tell me why. Okay, but basically the same thing with a different label. Okay, so here I have some pretty gold ones, and then I have these kind of pretty rose gold ones with could do great big ones, but I think the smaller paper clip is the right size for this. Okay, oops, sorry. And Kimberly, all the scraps that I have here are from making this hinge journal that I'm working on, this series that I have going right now. I think it's just going to be one more video. But these are a little bit smaller than my usual 8.5 by 11. So I had all these end cuts. So that's how we ended up here. Okay, so let's do another blue one. There's blue, 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 neutral, blue, blue. And I see another blue looking at me, staring at me. There we go. Garbage. Okay. So with the paper clip, it's just pretty simple. The only thing you need to decide is which side of the page you're going to be clipping this on. Will you be clipping on from this side, or will you be clipping on from this side? If you don't know right now, doesn't matter. All you want to do is make sure that this longest point of your paper clip, not the short end at the top, I'm talking about the longest side of your paper clip is at the bottom. That's all. That's all you need to know. And we will just go through, just slide. I hope you can see this. I'm just sliding it through. And we're going to land there. I'll do the rearranging after, but there, just make your pull it apart, make your V, make a crease, and then we'll I want to tell you, I'm just reading Kimberly's. I've bought many journals, but the one from you is absolutely hands down my favorite. Aww. My sister, who isn't into junk journaling, is so in love with it also. Oh, Kimberly, that's so sweet. Thank you. I'm glad you, oh, thank you. I'm glad she found a good home. She's talking about the, Kimberly purchased the lavender journal. Oh, thank you. You're sweet. Speaking of journals, that summer sale is almost over. Just a couple more days with the, that flat rate shipping offer and the sale I have on my journals that are for sale. If anyone's interested in me doing flip throughs on here as a live, speak now or forever hold your peace. And those, otherwise I'm going to put those journals back away, and then I just needed to make some room in my craft room and move on to new and exciting things. So they're on my Facebook and Instagram. If anybody wants to take a look at each of the posts, if you go to the original post, at the end of each post on the carousel on Instagram or on Facebook, the last post will have the price list, but the prices are also in the caption. So if anybody's interested. And Kimberly, how long did it take to get to you? You're like far away from me, and it took what, 7-8 days, I think. I'm trying to remember, just over a week, maybe 10 days at the most. I don't even think it was that long. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm confusing you with other journals that went out recently, but Canada Post settled with their like admin staff, but the outside workers are still negotiating their contracts. So so far so good. Once it clears customs, I'm like, phew, then it's the United States parcel. Like, then it's on the US side. Well, unless of course you're from Canada. But okay, so now what I do, so say it's over the edge of the paper clip, but this smaller part of the paper clip can still slide on like that. Okay, so just one staple down there, and then same thing, just decorate as you would like. So I'm just going to tear these off. cute. And then you can also just maneuver, what's the word I'm looking for? Manipulate it like that. Okay, so that's a paperclip one. And then Kimberly, you missed this, the other thing, just over a week? Yeah, okay, that's pretty quick for shipping. The other thing we were doing, Kimberly, is we were just taking a piece of paper and making these little mini paper strips, like another thing to do with your scraps here. Just making some small bits that are like maybe a ½ inch, ¼ inch. With, you know, coordinate your colors here first, so you know what you're working with. Oh, I didn't use that pretty one. That's okay. If you find one after that you like, you can always just add it on top, which I think I might just do that right now. To that guy. And then I'm going to use some of that on here. Okay, and then we're just going to make a... So we thought we could use these for clusters or page tabs, or we could use them for backing for a sentiment or something. This way, blue, this color, that. Okay. Yeah, so I just, I wanted to get needed a little kick in the butt to get a few things going that I've been saying I'm going to do and haven't done yet. One of them, of course, is my celebration of 5,000 viewers on YouTube. Now we're up over 6,000 viewers, so thank you everyone for subscribing. I really wasn't expecting that. And it's been a pleasant surprise. The whole YouTube experience has been a pleasant surprise. I've met a lot of great people, made some new friends, and there, that's super cute. It's been a real wonderful experience, I have to say. More than I ever expected. Let's make a crown with these. Let's see if we can do that. Let's try to make a crown, like for the ribbon, a ribbon crown with just using, let's try it. I have never done that. Let's just give it a go. Just make like a U shape here, or upside down, or a rainbow. Let's just try it. See what happens. Why not? Oh my goodness, there we go. That's kind of cute too. I suppose we could keep going, couldn't we? Just do something in front. But yes, I haven't done my celebration video yet, and I'm sorry, but a lot of that was because of Canada Post, because I wanted to send out prizes, which would just be regular snail mail, and then the postal strike ended, and then it started again, and they're not doing any they're still not doing overtime. Anyways, it's just, I'm annoyed, can you tell? Okay, so we just did a little crown like that. We could add a couple things. Oh, this is cute too. Yeah, I think I'll just tear a little bit off there, but yeah, what do you think of that? That's cute, right? So my apologies for not getting that video, because I certainly would like to, and the other thing is, if you know me and if you follow me here on YouTube, you know I never ask people to like and subscribe. I just find it so cringy. I don't know why. I just can't. I don't like it. I don't like being told what to do. I don't know. But I typically don't ask. I might put it in the comment section, but I don't like to, don't forget to like and subscribe. I hate that. But when I was reading up on the rules about running a contest, they have rules. You have to, there has to be some sort of effort on the participants part and part of it. So anyways, I've come up with a set of rules, and one of them would be to a winner should be a subscriber, and that makes sense anyway. I don't think that's much of an ask. You can always unsubscribe after if you want, but yeah, I just feel very cringy about asking people to subscribe. I figure if you want to be here, you will. There, just tore off the top. I like that. I like those colors. That's pretty. I like that one. I like that one. Okay. And then even though this is on a paper clip, we can still decorate that one, right? So I just need to get my button gear and get to it. So my apologies. No excuses now for. And then I thought too, because I don't want to exclude people from other countries, because at some point it just doesn't make sense to ship things, I could offer you a free digital kit as a prize. So yeah, I thought ways around it. But I thought I would just do the 5,000K. It'll just be a short video. Just reintroduce myself to some people and just tell my little quick story of how I got started in junk journaling and that sort of thing. I have a video layout prepared, but yeah, the funnest part of all of that is a contest. So contests are fun. I was watching Cindy Lewis the other night and I won something. I'll be using the same random winner checker that she does. It's an app, and you give the video link, so it's all fair. You give the video link to your YouTube video, and it finds all the people through data who have commented, and you can even set it up for a specific word or something. So comment the word happy, and then only people that commented that word happy are eligible. So those are the ways. Like YouTube wants you to, there has to be an effort made on the participants part, and there has to be a way for you as the content creator to check that people follow the rules. That's their rule. You need to establish some rules, age, that sort of thing. So I wanted to keep it open to everybody, so it just might be a matter of a surprise if you win a prize of what that surprise is going to be. Okay. One more. We'll do one more and I'll let you go. Thanks for hanging out with me this far, if you are still here. Tickets are fun. Tickets are always fun. We'll do a ticket. Does anybody have any questions of me while you have my ear? It's around. There we go. One thing that Cindy did that was really fun the other night when I was watching her, she would pick a color for the evening. She does games. Oh, she's so much fun. She has such great ideas. I'm talking about Cindy A. Lewis. She's on my design team. And are you working at your craft room or at work? While you're working. But she does games like trivia, that sort of thing. She also has her videos are part look at her while she's talking and part look at her screen. I do have an iPivo machine. I'm thinking of getting that hooked up so I can do that, alternate back and forth between my my yappy face here, and gosh darn, that just might be my favorite right there. Anyways, one thing she does is picks a color. So she'll say green. So everyone just, you don't need to type words in the chat. She'll just say, put in a green emoji. And then there's, everyone picks all kinds of different green emojis. It's so much fun. It's just entertaining while you're just hanging out crafting. So I just think it's a fabulous idea. So I will probably be doing some things like that in the future. I'm learning lots from other creators. So much fun. All right, I'm just going to make another couple more of these little strips here. What about doing a flip-flop journal on video? I'd love to see how you do it. A flip-flop video, a flip-flop journal. Oh, like the folios? Or, oh, a flip. I'll have to look and see exactly what you mean. If you know of one that you want me to, that you're referencing, let me know. I have done, like on a live, you mean? Oh, you're at work. Shh, I won't tell anybody. Yeah, I've done folios, but I think I know what you mean, Kimberly. Okay, that's a great idea. I'm going to write that one down. Just a second. Got my pen and my notepad here. I always appreciate suggestions. I'll add it to my long list. Thank you. Thank you for that, Kimberly. Are there any journals that anyone wants to see right now? I can do a quick flip through now. So going back through here. All right. I think I'm going off screen here on you, sorry. Like Willow House Journal. Oh, okay. I'll take a look at her. She's so fun to watch, isn't she? I can never remember her name. Leslie? Is it Leslie? I love watching her. I love her accent. Cute as a button, that one. Very high energy. But she certainly, I love her style. So yes, I will take a look at her flip-flop journals to get an idea of what you're talking about. Going off course there, Kathy, with that one. There. There. Yeah, I think these little mini paper snippet strips are going to come in handy too. That'd be a great thing to hang on to. Okay, did everyone get decorated? Like even just, let me see if this is gonna work. Like something like that, just to give an edge to something. Yeah, I think you guys are. Oh, and this paper clip here. This one out of the way. Same idea, no different really. Just look for the longest arm that doesn't have an opening, and just again just slide your stuff over top of the edge of the paper clip like that before you do your folds. Let me just grab some more blues. This one will have, this will be a really thin-tailed whipsie. I'm doing all skinnies. I did a video a little while ago turning that showed, actually Kimberly, it was the end of, it was my scraps from your journal, and I just challenged myself to try to use up every single scrap from that project, and I did it. And that was, if you haven't seen that video, you can see all the different items I made, like little notebooks and little notepads and clusters and just a bunch of, I think I did one of these, just a bunch of different ideas of things you can do with your scraps at the end of a project so that you don't end up hanging on to those scraps or boxing them up or tossing them. Let's get a little thick in there. That. Okay, and then same thing. I would just come in with a staple. You can also use glue, but that's just going to reach right over top. Staple that, and then I'm just going to rip these off. There we go. And then maybe I can add this little fella. Yes, I can. Let me add you there now. It's a little tall for it, but that's okay. Yep, so many things. That's right. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It's nice to have some company. I should have tried some of this stuff I got thrifting. I don't know if I can add any of those to these or not. We'll see here. Kimberly, I think you missed this part. This is a bunch of stuff I got thrifting, all in little bags. I got this container with the bobbins. It was brand new. It had plastic on it. And then I got these little Scrabble tiles and these typewriter buttons and these little metal tiles, plastic, these enamel looking tiles. Everything in here came from my thrift haul. And just was at Salvation Army yesterday. I wonder if there's any. Like one of these would be really pretty on there, wouldn't it? Maybe it's too much now. Yeah, I don't really like that there. So much fun. Cute. Very cute. I think I'll save those. I'm doing a tag workshop at, I've shared with you before, my friend Wilsonville Vintage Antiques. Vintage and Antiques. She, her husband built her a general store. And she has the original store counter from a local, the Hartford General Store from back in the day. She's been hanging on to it in storage forever, and now she finally has, and she's been collecting all kinds of general store tins and that sort of thing, and it's finally come to fruition. It's all set up. Follow her account and check it out. She's on Instagram and Facebook, Wilsonville Vintage and Antiques, and I think I shared it in my stories the other day. But anyways, I'll be doing a workshop in her, inside her general store. That's going to be really cool. It's beautiful. She has it all set up. So one half of the store is her display and her collection, and the other half, see, Kimberly, the other half of the store is stuff that's for sale. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's it for today. Thanks everyone for hanging out with me. And thank you for the tips about the glue and stuff. So Connie and Cindy and Carrie, Bonnie, Roxanne. Yeah, thanks, Carrie. I appreciate that. Thanks for your help. And Kimberly, thank you so much. And for those of you that are here but not chatting, thank you for hanging out with me. And I'll see you if you have any suggestions for lives for the future or anything you want to work on together. Certainly let me know. Just throw it in the comments. All right, take care. I'll see you later. Bye.